66 for 3 in 14 overs. Zimbabwe has come back a bit. At one stage, I got the feeling Afghanistan was taking it away from them. But those 3 wickets have really tilted it back, and Jongwe has been the man who's caused those dents in the Afghanistan batting with figures of 3 for 20. And what's advantageous here for Zimbabwe, Tino, is that they've got 2 new batsmen. In the last 8 overs, 26 runs and 3 wickets. That's a good comeback by Zimbabwe.
It's a very good comeback. I think panic had set in a little bit early in the innings. And, 2 opening batsmen, Noor Ali and Mohammad Shahzad, were going well. But Luke Jongwe's struck for the Zimbabweans. 3 crucial wickets. The first one, the most important for the Zimbabweans, Mohammad Shahzad, the informed man for Afghanistan. So a little bit of calm, I think, has been brought to the ship. And they'll be hoping they can curb the run rate now. Bowl some dots, create some more pressure. What's good as well for the Zimbabweans is Neville Madziva. He's come back in for another spell, and he started to bowl like the Neville we've seen the last couple of one-day internationals.
See, there is one thing that baffles me a bit with this Afghanistan batting lineup. Nabi looks such a solid, stable player, and would have been ideal at number 3. Just pushing him down the order at 5, that's a bit baffling, because he brings in a lot of stability. He's got runs at 3. So why on earth do you change the batting order? What's the thinking?
Well, he hasn't scored runs in this series so far, batting at number 3. And he's probably one of their most experienced players, captained the team for a very long time, so he knows how to handle that pressure. The middle order's been very brittle for Afghanistan. This is a series, 5 matches, just the 60 runs at an average of 15. So maybe pushing him down the order, and Zamam, the coach, feels that might give some stability to the middle order. Can't see any other reason why they would drop him into that mold.
Very patriotic. Very, very patriotic. See, I'm not a great fan of batsmen being just shifted up and down the order. You just try and stick with one man in a particular position, and if he doesn't perform, you just replace him in that position. So at number 3, he's averaging 41. And number 4, 44. So those are the 2 most productive positions, though he's batted at number 8 as well. That's done fine. In fact, the fine leg is very square, so that will run away to the boundary. It's a welcome boundary. Spoils the over, really. 4 off the last ball. 70 for 3. So Zimbabwe at this stage just 1 run ahead, but the key is that Afghanistan have lost 2 extra wickets. So Madziva it is. This is in the air. Oh, drops well, just short. I wonder whether that was catchable or whether he misjudged it, but these are important opportunities. That's the captain. Should have gone for it.
Yeah, that's a good delivery from Neville Madziva. Deceptive, short, skids onto the batsman. Alton Chigumbura, I think, might have just misjudged that, but yeah, falling well short. Can't really call that a chance. In fact, you can't call that a chance. So you're quite right. Crucial opportunities, these.
It's a high-pressure game, so it's important that Zimbabwe, who haven't really won a squad series, take catches like this. So it fell just short of the captain. But I got the feeling that had he moved a little bit quicker and maybe dived, he would have managed to get his hands underneath it. Always such catches inspires the team, lifts the team. He's got a slip. He's got a slip. Zimbabwe on the attack. But Ziva has been quite nippy. He runs in, has a bit of a stutter in his run-up. Not really balanced in his approach. He's not rhythmic or nice. He just has short steps. I think that he's losing a few yards in pace, at least a yard in pace with that stuttering approach. Had he had a more measured approach, I get the feeling that he would have added a yard or two to his bowling in terms of pace.
Yeah, he can be. In fact, he is very deceptive. I mean, you saw that short ball at the beginning of the over that the batsman tried to pull. Got onto him very quickly and only managed to loop it just short of the man at mid-on. He can be very deceptive. Gets the ball to skid off the surface. Very skiddy bowler. Does get the ball to shape as well in the air. Wide.
One thing that he seemed to be doing quite regularly is hitting the seam. He is hitting the seam regularly, so he becomes deceptive. He gets a bit off the pitch. And that's why he can be a little bit slippery at times with the ball hurrying on to the batsman. Just like you said in that short delivery, he was completely surprised by the pace of the ball that came on to him. It was on to him so quickly. It's a maiden. Oh, in fact, it's a wide. Sorry, it's a wide. For a moment, I thought it's the end of the over. So it's one run. It's a wide. So actually spoiling the over. Started around just outside the off stump. It's the movement that went wide.
Yeah, you were just talking about how he's presenting the seam well. You won't get the ball to swing without having that seam upright. And a good finish to the over. 16 gone, 71 for 3.
It's a very decisive phase of the game. If Zimbabwe could get another wicket or two, they'll more or less virtually nail Afghanistan. But on the other hand, if they could get a partnership going, if this pair could take some time, bat till about the 30th over, get a partnership going, the target is not out of Afghanistan's reach. So the man who wrecked Afghanistan in that last game, very impressive with the way he bowled, Chamuchi Baba. Just medium pace, but again he's a very nippy bowler.
Yeah, and what I like about him, he reminds me a lot of Mirwais Ashraf. His capacity in the Zimbabwean team, he attacks the stumps. Doesn't probably get nearly as much movement as Mirwais Ashraf, but he attacks the stumps. We saw the LBW that he got in the last game of Mohammad Shahzad. It's because he bowls at the stumps. Doesn't bowl very quickly. Quite right, he's a little bit nippy. Always attacking the stumps and asking the right questions.
Oh, a pish, but past the bowler. Single down to long on. The Afghanistan approach should be singles rather than really looking to be extravagant. Nabi just pushing it through the line. They can't afford to be adventurous here. They have to try and first get into a safe zone. And that they could do if they can go up to about the 30th over with 3 wickets down. Then I think it's a safe zone. And then from there you could try and launch if you could. Quick single here. Good running, good running.
Yeah, that's a good run. He saw the man back on the circle, and as soon as he hit that, he was off like a jackrabbit. Good running. What's key is that as soon as he hit it, he was ready to go. No hesitation. It's a good single.
If Afghanistan could go at around 4 runs and over from here up to about the 30th, there'll be about 125, 130. With 7 wickets standing and 20 overs to go, 120 runs in the last 20 overs is not difficult.
You're quite right. You're just talking about if they can build a partnership. The Zimbabwean bowlers aren't used to these guys building a partnership. I mean, you look at their totals in the series, 131 all out in the first game. 254 is the one they batted really well and chased. 58 all out in the third ODI, 161 all out in the fourth. So clearly in those scores, they're not building partnerships. And panic could easily set into the Zimbabwean camp if they do start getting a partnership going. We saw a little bit of that in the first few overs of the innings. Runs were flying off the bat. The Zimbabweans looked a little bit startled, not sure what to do. So you're quite right. This man got 31 in the last game. He batted long, he batted well. He can build a partnership with Mohammad Nabi, stretch the Zimbabwean bowlers. You never know.
Just punching into the gap. Sensible batting so far. They've got 4 or 5 balls. What Zimbabwe should really try and do at this stage is to get wickets. They shouldn't get carried away and try and look to bowl only dot balls, because once you find 2 set batsmen and a fairly decent lineup to follow, balls versus runs will be the equation. The last ball coming up. Another run down to third man. 5 runs off the over. 17 overs completed, 76 for 3. It's time for drinks. So Afghanistan 76 for 3 in 17 overs. Let's take a look at the wickets in their innings. Shehzad cleaned up by a good swinging delivery by Jongwei. That was the wicket they wanted. Just sliding in between bat and pad. And this was Mangal just slashing outside the off-stump, a ball that bounced a bit on him. But this is no rally, not in control of the pull shot. Chisoro on the boundary at back foot square leg holding on. So 3 wickets. You could see that he was certainly not in control of that bounce. Very good catch on the boundary. Jongwei, he's been very impressive. He's got 3 wickets so far. Afghanistan at the moment need another 173 runs. And they got 33 overs. Well, interestingly, pace seemed to be the main weapon the captains have utilized. 42 wickets. Spin have produced 38. And pace every 4 overs for a wicket, while the spinners have to bowl 5.5. On slowish pitches that has taken a bit of turn, the fast bowlers have really made themselves known and made their presence felt. Punched off the back foot. This is Matsiva.
That's a good shot. Just the 1 run. Nicely played. Right behind it. Punched it confidently into the offside field. 7 from 21. Hashmatullah, the man on screen, took his time again in the last innings. Couldn't expect much more from him. Wickets were falling around him. Tries the pull shot again. It's obviously something he's not comfortable playing. The first one we saw almost gifting Alton Chigumbura a chance at mid-on. And that one, bottom edge, skewing past the stumps.
Now, what should be Zimbabwe's approach here, Tino? What about bringing the leg spinner, the attacking option? Maybe bowl him for 3 or 4 overs and see whether he could give you a wicket or 2, just to try and drive home the advantage.
Well, Neville Mudziva, this is a 6th over. I'm in total agreement with you. He might bring him on after Mudziva here. That looks like that's plumb in front, given not out. It's going to be interesting to have a look at that again. He's walked across the stumps. Neville Mudziva's just got that angling back into the right-hander. Interesting call.
Went across his stumps. And why was it not out? Unless it was bouncing over the stumps. He seemed to be in front, at least clipping. Height could be the only reason.
Yeah, pretty high, isn't it? Good decision from the umpire, Shamshuddin.
There is a man on the boundary at cover. Just short and wide. At the moment, Zimbabwe wouldn't mind this phase because just 2 or 3 runs and over. We just try and add to the pressure of Afghanistan. But what they cannot afford is if someone really starts attacking and they couldn't control. Because with wickets in hand, it's a good pace to attack.
Yeah, if anything, I think they'll be worried about how much time Mohamed Nabi spends at the crease. Spoken about how much experience he's got batting in the middle order. Bowled again, and yeah, the Zimbabweans won't be wanting him to spend any time at the crease. We haven't seen any sort of form coming from him in the series so far, so he'll be hungry. They'll be happy to see the back of him as soon as they can. But you're quite right, if it is a partnership that's going on and they're not getting wickets, minimum amount of runs coming off the over is what they would want to do. 2 to 3 runs and over. It's not going to kill them. The run rate will be going up constantly.
End of the over, just 3 runs off it, 79 for 3. So the required rate now is just over 5 runs and over. They needed to go at less than 5 and over when they started. Afghanistan. Chibaba will continue. Just bowled a solitary over for 5 runs. Had an excellent game the last match. Fine all-round performance. Nabi is the man on strike. Mohammad Nabi. Experienced campaigner, very fine all-rounder for Afghanistan. He's a very economical bowler. Chibaba just doesn't do too many things, runs in and drops the ball in good areas. Just keeps plugging away and always probing around that off stump.
Yeah, he used to be a yard quicker. Shamu Chibaba, he had a problem with his back. Had to remodel his action 6 or 7 years ago, I think. But after that is when he took up this mould. Almost ambling in. Stump to stump. A ball. Aerial. 1 run to the man at sweeper. He reminds me very much of one Nathan Astle who used to bowl for New Zealand many years ago. Same sort of thing. He probably swung the ball a little bit more, but same sort of thing. Ambling up to the crease, attacking the stumps. A little bit of seam movement, a little bit of swing movement, and creating chances.
Yep. One-day cricket is also now starting to produce some useful seam bowlers without really being out and out quick. Nicely played behind point. But they try to use more skill and try to do different things with the ball rather than really looking to blast the batsman out, because pitches have become good, bats have become lighter. And 4 for 25 stands out for him in the series. An average under 10 runs a wicket, which is very good. So the game has really evolved so much, Tino, where 400 runs was looking very possible until the power plays changed. But still, pitches have got so good, bats have got better. So the bowlers looking to try and adjust accordingly. So they do understand that they need a lot of skill and they need to do different things to try and get batsmen out or contain them.
It is a batsman's game, isn't it? The viewers can't see you, but you're nodding in agreement. I'm not sure Vivek would be if he was sitting in your seat.
But let's face it, most people come to watch cricket to see runs being made. Really, bowlers getting wickets. So it's about 4s and 6s. That's the captain, Azgar Stanikzai. That's him. I think he's in next. He'll have to do a lot. I think a lot of work to be done by the skipper. So the last ball. Good tight over, just 4 off it. 83 for 3. I think that's a fair reflection on the quality of bowling. These are the guys who've really looked the standout performers from either side. Hamza, Zadran and Mirwais Ashraf, they've been really the best of the Afghanistan bowlers. Chongwei and Creamer for Zimbabwe. So change of bowling. Does this surprise you? Hamilton Masakadza coming on. Hasn't bowled, didn't see him bowl in the last game.
He didn't bowl in the last game. I think he bowled a few overs in the third one-day international. But he's another handy fella to hand the ball to. Tucked away. He loves the whiff, doesn't he? There wasn't all that much whiff on that delivery. He's rocked back, given himself a little bit of space, and he's cracked that back with a point for 4.
Now, what's the idea behind this bowling change and bringing Masakadza on? Now, obviously, this is a more containing measure. You're trying to get a few cheap overs in. So, when you have Creamer, the leg spin, as an attacking option, why not bring him on?
Yeah, you're right. 87 for 3. 20th over. He'll be trying to get another 1 or 2 wickets here. And almost kill the game, as it were, as soon as you can. Don't really want these batsmen getting an opportunity to get in. This guy showed that he could bat in the 4th game. And his game's done for today. He's had a good series at the top of the order for Afghanistan. Enjoying an ice cream, and I think he's seen that the cameraman's caught him there.
Well, under different circumstances, I would understand Masakadza bowling. Seem to be enjoying a bit of dessert. But understand if Zimbabwe were looking to try and get a few cheap overs in and get some quick overs in, try and bowl a few dot balls and do something different. But here, they're on top. And all they need is another wicket or two to try and really nail the advantage. And I don't think that they're short of bowlers where you need Masakadza to come on and bowl a few overs. Punched again through extra cover. They'll come back for 2. The 2 runs off the 5th ball, so 7 runs already in the over. Nice drive by Hashmatullah, just getting onto the front foot. Seem to enjoy this kind of pace. $89 for 3. $20 overs completed, 89 for 3. He seemed to love his ice creams. Also got very, very animated, huh? He's got a sweet tooth.
He does indeed. This series has done, on a personal level, a pretty successful one for him. We have a change of bowling from the far end. Sikandar Raza. Oh, a little bit of turn through the gate. And he'll be happy to see that, Sikandar Raza.
Surprised him. Actually straightened up, I thought, rather than turning. He was playing for some turn. Just went through between bat and pad. But I'm a bit surprised at these bowling changes. Sikandar Raza started off with a good ball, but he is a part-time at best. And so is Masakadza. Why do you bowl part-timers at this stage? What should be the objective of the Zimbabwe captain? Try and get wickets, not allow this partnership to blossom or to get a few cheap overs and get some overs in quickly. So in that sense, it's a bit of a questionable bowling change. In fact, both changes.
Pretty relaxed pace, I think. Afghanistan captain at the moment. I think he'll be next wicket down.
Square on the offside, short and wide. They won't come back for the second, but again you could see that this is what a part-time bowler can do. Just bowl short, allows the batsman to settle in, gives the batsman time in the middle, gives a good sighter. This pair wouldn't mind this bowling. That's what they'll try to do, just knock it into gaps. Just get a good base. And then they'll definitely look to launch. They're getting close to, what, almost 4.5 runs and over. Another single down to deep point. So 4 singles in the over, 93 for 3.
See the comparison there. Zimbabwe 98 for 1. Afghanistan catching up. Just been losing too many wickets.
A little bit of a partnership building, and Creamer, strike bowler for Zimbabwe. He got Hashmatullah with a flipper in the last game, one that stays straight on. And he'll be looking to bowl that again. He's getting spin, just build that up, bowl a few leg break, and then one which will sort of stay straight on.
Got a boundary. Welcome boundary there for Hashmat. Been struggling to match up with the number of balls he's faced. It's been slow, so that would just add to that tally.
Poor delivery, way down leg side. He just had to catch up with it. Easy boundary. Creamer will be well disappointed with that.
How about that for spin? I think he was planning to leave that for a second.
He's getting purchase off the wicket. Spin there.
I'd love to see Dave Watmore taking the front seat. His team has done so well. He's got to come up in front. He's sitting back there. Doesn't really show much, but he's worked really hard with them. I'm very sure across those 3 one-day internationals after being 2 down in the series. End of the over, 22 gone, 98 for 3. So now who's going to put their hand up and say, I'm going to get this score for Afghanistan, because Shahzad's gone early and he hasn't been able to get those big scores that he has been scoring consistently in the series. So who could it be for Afghanistan?
Still got batting to come. Captain needs a score. Not been a great series for him. 100 brought up with that single, but long way off our Afghanistan. And they need their senior players. They need Nabi to stand up. They need Asghar Stanikzai to stand up. Final game of the series, a crunch game, and you want your senior players to take the pressure.
Yes, 100 up. And Afghanistan's got to give fight here. It's the final. Got to get as close as possible to that. Asghar Stanikzai hasn't come out to bat.
Come boys, come boys.
He usually comes at number 3, he's come at 4. But right now, he knows very well he's struggling, majorly struggling with the bat. Down the wicket.
Raz.
Doesn't get hold of it. Sikandar Raza does well.
But the run rate is under control. It's the required run rate is just 5.4 right now. So they can afford to rebuild, and this is quite a neat little partnership. 36 so far, and just pinching those singles. Just need to get close and then think about how much they require. Right now, spat, get a partnership together.
Single to end the over. It's 103 for 3. Run partnership right on top, and now this 37-run partnership is building up. It's had a slow start, but was the need of time, I suppose. Now that Hashmatullah has been out there for 42 deliveries, that's 7 overs he's faced, should be able to now dictate terms to a certain extent. .4 is the required run rate, so these singles will only help them. Zimbabwe needs to make sure somehow to choke them for runs so that they choose to play something which produces a chance.
Zimbabwe's go-to bowler is Creamer. He needs to pick up a wicket. The moment it looks comfortable. They're picking up the singles well. And yeah, what more? A little pensive.
I think he's coming out. He's going to come out and sit.
You do want him to come out of that dressing room. Maybe Sikandar, you can go down and give him an invitation to your birthday bash.
I would if I was celebrating it downstairs. Right now he needs to come out. His team needs him. And you get a better view. Just having a bit of chat with the manager. Oh, run out. Is it? No.
A little bit of a confusion out there, but just managing to get in. Both batsmen stop in the middle of the wicket. Thankfully, no disaster.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. Prima, 108 for 3. $108 for 3. Who are they supporting? Down the wicket. He's got hold of it. And he's hit it out of, almost.
A very controlled hit from Nabi. Just got to the pitch. Sikandar Raza from round the wicket, turning it back in. He's just gone over mid-wicket. Stayed with the shot. And fantastic connection. So he's got his eye in. He's looking good now. He's on to 23. Problems for Zimbabwe. And the singles are available. And suddenly this game's swinging the Afghans' way. Very decent partnership now. Just the ease at which they're getting the singles. And picks up a couple more and brings up the 50 partnership too. So a little bit of frustration in the Zimbabwe camp. It's the body language. They seem worried.
Again, there is a misunderstanding. They're just hesitating. Sometimes it's Hashmat who wants a single. Nabi is reluctant. He just wants to hold. He wants to make sure the fielder's not anywhere close. Look at Nabi. Look at Nabi. He's not moving, and then he goes. Should be looking at your partner. The ball's behind you. Shout. Not out. End of the over. 25 bowled. 118 for 3. They've been allowed to settle. 52-run partnership. It's just the ease with which they've been getting those singles, working the ball around. Some of it has got to do with the variable lines and lengths the bowlers are bowling. It's tough for the captain to put the fielders in a particular place. Too short on that occasion.
The wrong one from Creamer. We've not seen a lot from him to the left-hander. That one again carrying on. No spin on it, just carrying on with the arm.
He's giving that flight. He's asking Hashmat to come down. Go for it. Suddenly the Afghanistan supporters are now feeling that, okay, they're back in the game. The 50 partnership, Nabi hitting a 6 in the previous over. Again, Hashmat comes down. No single available there.
Run out is looking likely. That's the only way that at the moment it's looking. Afghanistan will lose the wicket that way.
The ball is for 2. Can Madziva throw it to the right end? Easily completed by Mohammad Nabi.
Nabi batting at number 5 and he looks to have more time against the spinners. Looks more comfortable coming in lower down the order. One drop, he was struggling, but today he's looked the part.
That should be out. That is out. That's dead in front. That's the breakthrough they wanted. Gone. Mohammad Nabi has been LBW to Creamer.
Looking good, but not anymore. Straighter one, quicker delivery. Bang, right in front. Creamer provides the breakthrough. Once again, the leg spinner doesn't disappoint. Nabi out for 26, it's 121 for 4.
The captain walks out, changes number, Asghar Stanakzai. And yeah, today is the day he's got to make sure he gets some runs.
Just when the Afghans were looking good and Nabi was looking good, Creamer comes up with a fantastically pitched flipper. Just go straight on. Nabi obviously didn't pick it, but that's brilliant bowling from the leg spinner.
Just when they were looking good, Creamer and Bazad Khan came in and did their bit. Oh, he's cleaned him up. Sikandar Raza. Afghanistan now in trouble.
And Sikandar, he joins in as well. The straighter one just goes through the gap. And the partnership, both set batsmen are dismissed. Straight delivery, a little bit of an inside edge maybe. But Sikandar Raza provides the breakthrough. So Karima, Sikandar got Zimbabwe back into the game. 32 all out, 32 out, Ashmat, 121 for 5.
Come boys, 3 more boys, come on. Ah yes, Razi.
A couple of wickets in quick succession. This was the last one. Sikandar with a floater, the ball sort of coming back into the left-hander. Terrific delivery. Both spinners getting Zimbabwe back on top.
.97 the speed on the ball. He got the wicket. End of the over. 122 for 5. The 5 ODI series, it seems like Zimbabwe is going to take the trophy unless Asghar Sanakzai can produce some magic, the captain himself. And he's got his partner Naib with him. Afghanistan have lost 2 set batsmen, as we just saw. Nabi and Hashmatullah, both of them went back-to-back overs.
Been quite a poor series for Asghar Sanakzai. Now comes in number 6. Needs a score, to say the least. Both captains, for that matter, have struggled with the bat. But if Zimbabwe win the series, at least Elton will be happy that way. Asghar needs runs.
Fielder being brought in. It's just outside the circle. It's just standing outside the 30-yard circle. Matsiva and sweeper cover earlier on. Oh, how did it miss the stumps? How did it miss the stumps? He's gone for buys, I suppose. We'll wait for the umpire. Yes, they are 4 buys. But how did it miss the stumps?
Another fantastic delivery. Just went through the gate. Just bounced over the stumps. Fantastic delivery, playing for leg spin and nowhere near. Nobody read that.
128 bowled, 127 for 5.
It's 127 for 5. The captain standing there yet to get off the mark. Naib is on 2. Suddenly, Afghanistan been pushed back after rather comfortable position. And now the requirement still gettable, Vivek, but with 5 wickets down, I think it's becoming tough for them.
Yes, losing wickets at a very, very crucial juncture. Back-to-back wickets, 2 set batsmen were batting well. Mohammad Nabi and Hashmatullah departing one after the other. Now that's a big concern when you're in this sort of a position. You're in a run chase. Tensions are riding high. No point in time you would require or you would want or you would like to have 2 new batsmen at the crease.
And also the importance of just making sure that you don't lose wickets quickly, and particularly those set batsmen. You needed one person to kick on and just carry on for a little bit longer. Nabi looked good.
And that's been a problem with Afghanistan batting. Beg your pardon. Yeah, with Afghanistan batting. And if you take a look at their averages, you'll see the best averages would be in the mid-20s or late 20s because the conversion rate is so poor. Set batsmen, you got to bat long, unable to do so.
So big moment for the skipper.
Hey, hey!
He can really take the bull by the horn if he can. So 2 runs off the over, 129 for 5. So confirms what Vivek Razdan has been saying, with the exception of Shehzad. The rest, all in the 20s, some of them in the lower, which is not good. Goes past the outside edge. Creamer has been good. A leg spinner, a good leg spinner, is always handy.
Yes, he's got the ability to win you matches, win you games. That's why he's such an important member of your lineup. That's why as a captain, you have to give him a lot of confidence, even on certain days when he's not bowling all that well. Let's not forget, it's a difficult art to master.
Stanik Zaid doesn't seem to be really on top of his game. Just struggling a bit. He's taken 8 balls over his 1. This is what pressure can do. He's looking good with defense. But how long can Afghanistan just keep playing defensively? Because they got to keep an eye on that run rate. Now 120 of 123 balls. Simply because